tell you, when it comes to toxic relationships in general, it is really, really bad. And when you leave your toxic relationship, of course, you're happy. You know, it's all kumbaya. You are pretty much relieved that you've been able to walk out of that relationship. However, what happens when you had children within this relationship? You still have to deal with your toxic ex. And unfortunately, this is where people want to pull each other's hair. People want to kill each other because it is just too much. And when I say kill each other, I mean figuratively and sometimes literally. We've seen the stories. There are myriads of stories that tell us the same thing. Now, how do you deal with a very toxic ex who is a co-parent to your children? That is a very difficult conversation. Have you had any friends who've been in such a situation, or it's just you're learning from the interwebs like us?
Yup, I have had friends who actually, it's just a toxic situation because there's, ukiweza could piece the line and discover who the people I'm talking about are, well and good. So there's this babe, she was with her boyfriend for a hot minute, blah, 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 and then they broke up, okay? And then after a while, turns out she was pregnant by the time they were breaking up. However, she went on to do a few interviews and say, this child is not this, he is not the father of my son. Well and good. The man moves on, gets into another relationship with another girl and has a baby, another baby, a third baby. But now she's out here doing the most, talking about, why are you not supporting your child? Why are you not paying for, you know, for my
child support.
Exactly, child support. Why are my children not going to the same school as your children?
Why
is my child being left out? Exactly. Why are your children living in this and this neighborhood and my child is in this and this neighborhood? So you see, this babe, when they were breaking up, had the idea that we're just having a very bad argument, but this man is going to come back for me because he loves me. Lo and behold, this man done moved on, because sometimes we do very weird things and then we break up thinking we are going to get back together. And then one party that doesn't want to get back with you. So now here you are bitter about the situation. And a lot of things with this bitterness, sometimes you take it out on your children, or you try and use your children to hurt the other partner, because it's weird. It's weird. We are all humans, and it takes a lot of rising above to actually be in these situations. But sometimes it's not about why should I always rise above, okay? Let us be toxic, okay? When you go low, I go lower, okay? Because I'm not Michelle Obama. Not everyone has the grace of Michelle Obama. So when you go low and you post your baby mama, I go to hell and I post our screenshots. And that's just how people are operating. And you fail to realize that there are children involved, children who are going to grow up and see this drama. And, you know, it's a lot.
All right. All I can say is cash moves everything around me. Cash moves everything around me. And when I say that quote, I actually mean it in a strategic way. Because one of the things that as a co-parent with a toxic ex should be prevalent in the foreground of your thought is strategy. You have to think strategically, okay? It's not about you. It's not about all the emotions that you guys have had. It is not about the one night you had in your beautiful duvet and now it has turned into a horrible, horrible mistake. It really doesn't matter what's happening between the two of you. You need to start thinking about the children. Your emotions, whoop, out the window. Your troubles and all of your, you know, aforementioned issues, whoop, out the window. Now you start to think about this child. Can you support them? If you cannot support them, then you need to actually have this conversation with the person. You're like, look, I can't manage to do this financial bit on my own. I would require for you to start doing da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Think strategically. The moment you start to bring emotions into it, you mess everything up. Why? Nobody wants to lose. Nobody wants to be seen as the loser. Nobody wants to be seen as a person who conceded or became mature about it. I know Turi is over here telling you be toxic. Let us fight the toxicity until the end. But sometimes think about the bigger picture. Fine, then you're toxic. Fine, then you fought. Fine, then you've dragged each other on social media. Then what? Your child still don't have no food. Your style still don't have no raincoat, honey. What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Wewe una spill the tea. Una spill the tea and it's not fair. Another thing, be open to hearing them out and know what they are actually after. Because it could be something as simple as this other partner wants closure. They want to know, why did you do what you did? Why did you cheat on me and now we're no longer together? Why, you know, sometimes they just want to be heard because they've found themselves in this new situation and they're dealing with these new realities and you're not being helpful. You're just being very, I'm a man, I won't talk about it, you do whatever you want to do. Or they're being labeled as the crazy baby mama, when in fact, the fact is, she just needs to be explained to what happened, okay? She is also as confused as everybody else, but she also has to face the reality. There's a child here that needs to grow up and needs to go to school. So you need to figure out, what do both parties want, okay? Muende muketi pali, mukunywe kahawa, na mchukue notebook, na muandike things down, okay? Write down, what do I want from this situation? How will I get to see my child? Don't use the child as a weapon. You won't see the child because you didn't send me money for salon. This is no longer your man, okay? You stop using the child as a weapon.
The moment you start to weaponize your children, it becomes detrimental to both you and your children. So it's time for you to start thinking like a
big boy. I don't know.
Like a warrior.
Exactly.
Let's think like a warrior. And in fact, let us remember that Scouts honor. Remember that Scouts quote that we used to be told? Scouts, be prepared. Scouts, blah, 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 be prepared. And then you do the on my honor, I promise that I'll do my best to do my duty to God and country, blah, blah, blah. We all remember that Scouts, whatever. Now, that is the same mentality that you need to put in the back of your mind and, in fact, in the foreground of your mind. I say foreground because sometimes when you put it in the back, there's a lot of stuff over here. Put it in the front of your mind. What do you need from this person? What are some of the resources that you will require that you do not currently have that you need from this other person? Start to think about the challenges that you will encounter. For example, what is the worst case scenario with this person that you're dealing with now? How are they going to challenge you to the point where you're trying to look at him or look at her and all you can see is the devil and the horns, you know? But you still will be able to persevere. Why? Because it was a worst case scenario in the back of your mind and in the front of your